Hi everybody, it's Juliana, and this is my IVF cycle day, and I actually brought my calendar for you guys to look at so that I can actually figure out what day it is, because not really much goes on besides the setting up process. I would say, like, my doctor's office has a portal that we had to set up with where all the messages go through there, and setting up lab draws and when all my appointments are going to be, insurance stuff, medications, getting that all lined up when that's going to be shipped to me, because they really want it shipped close to when you're going to start the medications. But really what you're doing to yourself is not very much, because I've just been taking a birth control pill. So if I look at my calendar here, this was when so on August 26th, Saturday, that was when I started my period. So that's cycle day 1. So when you start your period, that's IVF cycle day 1. And you don't start the birth control until the next day, so cycle day 2. Okay, so that's when I started the birth control pill. And right now, we are on Sunday, right here. And I'm still on the birth control pill. And I only have 2 more days left, this day and this day, to take birth control. So if I count that, I've been on cycle day 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm on IVF day 9. Tomorrow, day 10, this is a little bit different, it's a little early. They usually like to do this on the day that you're taking the last birth control pill, but is my baseline sonogram. So what that means is the birth control kind of just makes everything dormant a little bit, like all of my hormones are at a low level, and my body is just like not trying to be pregnant right now. So the baseline sonogram is where they're going to go in and look at the eggs and look and see how, or the follicles, so the follicles are like your eggs in your ovary, and they'll measure them to see what size they are to start with, because then starts the growing of the follicles or the eggs, and that's why you're doing the injections of the hormones and all the medications to grow those follicles. And you have ultrasounds or sonograms every other day. So I'm going to find out all about this stuff. I'm not an expert quite yet, but they're measuring those until they get to a certain size, and then they harvest the eggs. They take them out, right? So that's why this calendar is so crazy. So day 10, I will be doing the baseline sonogram, and I'll check in with you guys after that so you know what that is. And then day 11 will be the last birth control. So you only take birth control for 10 days. It's not a full month or anything. And you're really doing the birth control so that your doctors have control over when you're going to start growing the eggs. So I thought I was going to do a video on really explaining your own cycle and your menstrual cycle and how that works with growing your own follicles and then ovulation. And so I'll kind of explain that a little bit later, because I have another friend who is trying to go through the same process, but her doctors aren't explaining it as well as mine, I guess. So I am learning a lot. So I get, it's not even going to be, I have a whole nother week. So a week from today when I start the injections. So that'll be a fun video. I have no idea about that so far. And this Friday, so in 5 days, my husband and I have to go to the doctor's office, and we have a class. So they teach us, I think, about the medicines and how to inject them and what's going on and what's going to happen. So right now I feel like I'm pretty much in the dark, but I will tell you that if you want to do the IVF treatment up until day 10, you're really not doing much other than just going, oh my gosh, it's going to be real here in a hot second and going to be pregnant. So yeah, this pretty calendar. My doctor's office puts it all together and it looks crazy, but and it is basically, but it just makes it a lot easier to tell your work if you know what days you may have to be out. It's not set in stone because they don't really know what your body's going to do, especially with the medications, but it's definitely helpful. So if your doctor's office does that, awesome. Okay, well, we'll check in tomorrow for day 10. Bye, guys.